Hello there, Michelle here, and I have the absolute pleasure of guest designing for the greeting farm today. So for my card today, I'm starting off with this stamp set. This is the Mini Fleurs stamp set. It's one of the smaller clear stamp sets. And I've cut out a panel of white cardstock using a stitched square die. And then I'm going to ink up and stamp the centre portion of the flower first. So this is MFT Orange Fizz ink, and I'm just stamping that into the centre of the panel. And then I'm going to take a piece of mask paper and then I'm going to stamp out the actual floral image, and this is Razzleberry ink, again from MFT. So inking that up and then stamping that down onto the mask paper, and then I'm just going to fussy cut that out. Once that's done, I'm then inking up that stamp again, and then I'm going to stamp that over the centre portion onto that panel of cardstock. I wanted to make sure that I stamped the inner piece first because the actual floral image isn't quite symmetrical, as you can see, and I wanted to make sure that the heart image was facing the right way. So here I've added on that mask over the flower, and then I'm inking up the leaf image with the Sour Apple MFT ink, and then I'm just going to stamp the leaves over the flower. Because I'm stamping solid images, I like to use the inkadinkado stamping surface underneath my panel of cardstock here. It's like a rubber mat and it just gives a little bit of extra pressure, and it really works well using solid images. So just stamping that other leaf down, and then I'm going to move the mask slightly just to make sure that it's completely covered where I next want to stamp the next leaf. So again, inking that up and then stamping that down. I can then lift the mask up and then it looks like the leaves are behind the flower. So next I have this die cut set from the greeting farm, and this is the Hello and Smile die cut set. And I've already cut the hello out 3 times using some white cardstock, and I just visually want to see where I want to actually place the die cut over my piece. So just place that there, and then I can then add the die on the top, and then I'm going to stick it down with a little bit of micropore tape. And then I'm just running that through my cuttlebug inside the sandwiches, and then I can take the die cut off carefully. The micropore tape holds it really well, but it doesn't damage the cardstock, so it's really good for using with die cutting. And then I can take the die cut out of the die, and I'm just going to make sure that I save all of the little pieces from the H's and the O's and the L's there as well. I'm then just taking a bit of post-it tape and I'm going to add that onto the back of the panel just so that the die cuts have something to hold on to. I've then taken some multimedia matte and just adding little dots of the glue onto the back of the die cut. This is the one that I cut earlier, and like I said, I cut it 3 times and then stacked that up. And I'm just placing that into the panel, and it kind of fits like a jigsaw, which is really nice. I'm then going to take some more of the multimedia matte, and I'm going to use a pokey tool just to get little bits out, just so that I can add it into those little loops there on the letters, and then I can add the little pieces back in. This took me a little while because it is a little bit finicky. It's quite small pieces, but you get there in the end. So just adding those in, pushing them down with either a pokey tool or a stylus tool. And then that just completes the whole of the pattern. And then again, I've taken some more of the multimedia matte, just adding little dots onto the top. You could leave this how it is with the white sentiment, but I decided to add the other piece on top that I already die cut out. And so it kind of makes one continuous pattern, but you can still see that the hello is popped up. Here I've got some foam sheet, and I'm just adding that onto the back of the panel, and just taking off the bits of the double-sided tape that I added on earlier. So just removing those, and then I'm going to add the panel onto a 4x4 sized note card. And then to finish off, I'm using this Spectrum Noir sparkle pen, and I'm just adding a little bit of sparkle and shine onto the hello piece. So just onto that top die cut. And that's the card finished for today. Links to the products that I've used will be in the description bar on YouTube and also on my blog. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.